hello, my fascinating Renaissance ladies. We see each other again, and this is our eighth episode. And for those of you who have just joined in now, right, and you're wondering why I have greeted, our subscribers, with this wonderful statement, fascinating Renaissance ladies. I strongly suggest you click the left so that click on the left so that you can have an idea, and you can watch episodes 1 to 7, because all our episodes build on top of each other. So, which means if I'm going episode 8 is a continuation of episode 7. It's an integrated, harmonious, holistic, approach that I am doing. Of course, you can just watch one and then take your pick. Some of the deep insights are already there, but it will make a lot of sense. Just for instance, like, what is this channel all about? The why my season of life, life at 60 and beyond. What is about that? Why am I focusing only on women? Why not every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there? Can my husband not watch, or can my partner not watch? Can my kids? They're 16. Can they not watch? Of course they can watch. It's just that it will help them prepare for the time that they will be reaching, the autumn of their life. And what is this autumn of our life? How come I keep on saying that? Those episodes we will actually put you in the loop, right? And okay, and you will now have a bigger picture of the kind of life, that we are creating for ourselves, right? And I am here, okay, because of your request. You want me to dissect and explain, and of course we're still okay, our overarching purpose here is to create and define what a great life is for us. And you know that we are using different lessons. We are getting lessons from different culture. The Renaissance is French for rebirth, which means we are reborn. It's not, and we are changing and reframing, the stereotype of what is a senior, woman, what's an old woman versus the stereotype of a young woman. We are reframing it, and we are not using anymore old. We're getting old or growing old. We are using, the dynamic concept of aging, right? So, that's the reason for that. And then, that's why Renaissance, because this is really the picture, of a quintessential, multifaceted, woman who is worthy of admiration and who can inspire people. I believe that is episode 3. You can check it out. And after that, we try to come up with our own what personal manifesto, because for us to have a great life, and before us, to define what it is, what is it that you subscribe to? What is your philosophy of life? You have to find that out for yourself. You have to write it for yourself. That's why it's a personal manifesto. And everything that I do here, it is always tied up to my personal manifesto. And that is what? Aging gracefully, aging wisely, aging elegantly. And I'm giving you a lot of tips, I'm giving you a lot of ideas, about this to help you come up with your personal manifesto, because your life is as unique, okay, as everybody else. So we may have different ways of looking at things, but basically it can still be the best years of our life, this autumn of our life. And we learn from the Japanese, the concept of ikigai. It tells you the why of your action, like, why do you do these things? Because this is what is important to you. Mine is to inspire, influence, impact, the ladies I come in contact with, to really encourage them, inspire them, to pursue, the great, still the best years of their life to come, you know. And so that's my ikigai. And we then borrowed from the Italians, the concept of la dolce vita. This is really the sweet life. What is, what is a great life, for you? And I shared with you what's a great life for me, and it has 9 characteristics. And I've explained to you the first one, which is being joyful, not just happy. Right, that characterizes my life. Second, it's being grateful, not just being satisfied, which is a very powerful way to live. And also contented, not just adequate. And we touch on the idea that contentment, does not kill ambition, but contented, is being happy with what you've got while working for the things that you aspire for. Okay? And I also shared with you some of the entries in my journal. This is one discipline that has helped me all these years. And I would like to encourage you, to do that. Write your thoughts, write what you have learned. And, if I look back, on the hundreds, I have journal notebooks like this, different. And this is, I write, I put the dates on it. And, the content, that's why the my friends would told me, no, Malu, if you put up a YouTube channel, I think you can have 1,000 episodes easily right there. Okay, so content creation is not gonna be your problem. Yeah, right. That's why I said, and please, this is very helpful. You can help as many ladies, because this is a niche, that for some reason there are not many people, young people. They have TikTok, they have this, they have fashion, they have makeup, they have dance, they have everything. Why? Because they're young, they're still growing. How about for us, 60 and beyond? That's why it's life at 60 and beyond. How do we navigate this and still live a beautiful life, like what you do? All right, that's exactly. So, all right, so let me share with you, some of my entries here, because it will explain further what we have been discussing, all through this. Remember, I told you in episode 2 that we need to change, to reframe, the stereotype of growing old. And we said we break free, it's aging. All right. So this is one from a neuroscientist, and I will try to look for his name here, but he said something like, we need a new perspective for aging. See, again, the word aging and cognition. Cognition has something to do with the mind. Okay, so he said this: aging isn't about decline. See, decline means you go down. We are no longer useful. We are slow. We are weak. Things like that. So aging isn't about decline. It's about what? Change and growth. Exactly what we're talking about, isn't it? We need to change the way we think about aging and cognition. Reframing, not how we can remember as much as possible. Okay, remember, like, oh, my memory is failing me. Okay, it's not. Yes, of course, it will help. If we remember a lot, but it's not about that. That's what he's saying. Okay, or how can we be the same person when we were with 20, 30? I told you that, like, how come, I want to be like when I'm 20, sexy, I can fit in all of these clothes, okay, because that's my frustration. In fact, I would like to really protest to the to the couturiers, to the clothing industry. You go there and you look for your size, and there isn't any, all the beautiful designs, they're only up to medium or large, and they even have, extra small. I said, why aren't you making, for extra large and things like that, I think it's unfair. But anyway, so we despair, like, I wish I were 20 again. I wish I were 30. Okay. So we shouldn't be trying to live like younger people. Okay, it's not about that. It's about what? It's about teaching the next generation how to live life and transition flawlessly. And then remember, we talked about the orcas, killer whales, and science told us the females, experience menopause, and the female menopausal orcas, they are the leaders of the pod. They are the ones teaching the next generation all of this knowledge. Can you imagine that? So let's stop thinking, I wish I weigh, the same when I was 20 and 30. I weighed 98 pounds. I already had my second child. Okay, I still weighed 98 pounds, and the heaviest I weighed was 110 pounds. So my husband could still carry me up the stairs. All right. Well, he did try. He did try. Recently, and he almost fainted. Okay, just to give you an idea, I can never be that again. Or thinking, can I run that fast? Or you can't. That's the point. Okay, it doesn't mean you're declining. It means what? You are changing. So we need to change paradigms, the way we think, and the way we would act. Okay, and I remember I said that, what is our purpose? Our purpose is to change, is to teach younger people how to live beautifully. Okay, let me read to you what George Bernard Shaw said. This is beautiful. It is actually a very poetic way of saying what I just said. I just said it to you in one sentence, like our purpose, our meaning, and our task, okay, is to teach the younger generation, right? Okay, so he said this. This is the true joy in life, he said. The being used for a purpose, considered by yourself as mighty, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of what? Of grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. See, this is the concept of entitlement. Okay. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and while I live, it is my privilege. Look at the reframing, to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is a brief candle to me. It's a sort of splendid torch that I've got hold of for the moment. All I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to the future generations. Isn't that wonderful? To be spent, okay, being useful for the next generation before we die. Isn't that a great life? Isn't that living a legacy? Okay, so I will share with you, as promised, one more explanation for the characteristic of what a great life for me is while you are making your own. Okay, and this is the fifth one: thriving, not just surviving. So let's define the terms, okay? When you say survive, it means you bounce back, okay? You fall down, you bounce back, okay? There's a defeat, and then you bounce back, and then you will experience victory, okay? That's nice. We survived the pandemic, didn't we? Okay, we had bad days, but we survived, okay? So that's good enough, but it says here thriving, not just surviving. So what's the meaning of thriving? You can really look at the dictionary for this, but it simply means thriving is growing despite of difficult circumstances. So the way I see this is, we survive, but what's the difference between surviving and what thriving? In surviving, yeah, we remain alive, but we don't feel bad, like we resent We resent the suffering. We will always say, how come I have to suffer? How come I have to go through all of these problems? Okay, so they have survived, but they're not happy about it. But thriving is the very difficulties that you are experiencing are the very reason why you are even growing, growing, exponentially. The problems make us what? Stronger. The problems make us better. Instead of putting us down, it is actually catapulting us up there. That's the big difference. And that is my idea, okay, of what a great life is. I am thriving, not just surviving. So difficulties are a way of getting better. Okay, so if you like what you have heard, okay, and if it continues to inspire you, to come up with your dream life, and come up with what a great life means to you, and definitely you find it very useful, please give us, a thumbs up. All right. And I will definitely, appreciate you giving us your feedback, how it ministered to you, how it helped you. Okay, write it down in the comment section, and subscribe so you will not miss, any of our episodes. Just hit, the bell icon there, and you will be notified. We come out, twice a week. And this will be, our giving back to you, all of these things. And so, okay, my fascinating Renaissance ladies, this is again your life coach, your fellow sojourner, your mentor, Miss Malu Cervantes. Okay, signing off, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Don't forget, ladies, no matter what happens, life is beautiful.